Aloha, beautiful souls. This is Ryan of tranSOULution, and welcome to my channel, Transform with Ryan, where I am bringing in that light whenever there are shadows. Now, in this Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are going to be looking at what is happening next in your life. What is this next chapter? What is coming just around the corner into your life story? And so we have three choices here. We have Aletheia, the eternal child, and the judge. So take a look at these three images and see which one calls or speaks to you the most. Now, it's totally normal if you feel drawn to two or even all three of these cards. Go ahead and check out whichever reading or readings resonate the most with you. So I will see you at your reading. Hello there, lovely souls. For those of you who felt called to the energy of the Aletheia card, this is your reading. So right from the beginning here, what I'm getting from this card that's coming into your life next is this flip. It's like this flip in what you believe to be true. So something that you have held very dear to you in the past several years is what I'm getting. Suddenly that is going to flip around. You're going to see that it no longer has a place in your life. And what I'm sensing here is it's really going to take you by surprise. Yes. And, whether that's going to be a pleasant or unsettling surprise is entirely up to you. But something that you have known to be the truth, something that you have believed to be the way it is always going to be, that's going to be flipped around. Okay? And I want you to take a moment there and pause and just check in with yourself, because what I'm getting from Spirit is that what I just said really brought up a lot of feelings into your body, to your emotions. And so I want you to just feel that for a moment and sit with it. And what I just like to tell you is that life is always changing, my loves. Life never stays stagnant, at least not for very long. And things change in our life, and oftentimes it's rather unexpected. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad or a negative thing. I would wager that oftentimes when these sudden flips and sudden shifts in what we hold to be our reality and our truth, a lot of times those actually lead to very wonderful and expansive things. Just might not be clear at the very beginning, okay? So, and what I just wanted to say is we have these two roses here as well in this image, one white, one black. And I would argue that both roses are very beautiful, actually. This dark colored rose and this white rose, they're both beautiful in equal ways. To equal degrees, actually, to equal degrees, just maybe in different ways, all right? Now, I got called to pull some cards from this deck as well, and it has a lot of very lovely, colorful, cosmic, high vibrational images here. So let's bring this deck into our reading today for you to see what is happening next in your life. So as you're here watching me shuffle, why don't you let me know where you're tuning in from? I love wondering where people are watching my videos. I'm over here in the United States in the Pacific Northwest, and it's kind of chilly right now at the recording of this video, but I'm happy to bring in that warmth and that light here for all of you today. So let's see what we have here. Ether and matter, spiritualized matter, new life, sparkles, bedding in the light. And so what this card is wanting to share with you is that a new life awaits you. This is, what's happening next in your life? This is literally like a new chapter. And what what is like speaking to me right now is this up here, these two infinity symbols that are on top of each other. And you can see that they have these three lights here. And what I'm seeing is that, this new chapter in your life, it's gonna feel like a bit of a shock and maybe a bit scary at first, but at the end of the day, like there is going to be so much love, so much energy um, coming into the life, like ultimately. So if you're looking at like a little graph chart, what I'm getting is, how, like the stock market goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Well, what if you find that middle line between all this up and down, up and down, up and down, what you'll see is that regardless of it's going up and down, the general trend is increasing, all right? And what I'm seeing is your energy, your awareness, your power is really increasing. And what I'm also getting as far as like imagery is that think of it like when people are training, like warriors are training and magicians are training. Like, I mean, honestly, any type of training that you're going through, there's going to, once you master something, you're going to have to learn a new skill, and you're not always going to get it right away. You're going to have to practice at it. You're going to have to be focused and committed and dedicated to that growth. But you, at the end of this training, until you master that next skill, you are constantly growing and improving. Sometimes the ego mind just refuses to let us see that right away. It's super critical, super judgy, and sometimes it's that force that, encourages us to just quit and throw in the towel. But what I want to reassure you, loves, is that even though this big surprise, this big flip is happening, you are going to come out on top. All right? So let's get some images here from the tarot and get some more information on what is happening next in your life. So first out, we have the High Priestess. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that a lot of you who chose this card, you have come to begin to realize a truth about your reality, your existence, about your job, about your relationships, about your finances, about your, belief systems on the world. And you're noticing that it's time to change. It's time for something new to happen, but you've just been a little bit scared. And, maybe you've been a bit comfortable, and the idea of shaking that foundation of comfort is a little bit stressful and scary. And I get it. I mean, I totally get it. But your higher self, your spirit, knows that this is the next phase for you on your journey, because ultimately, I know for those of you who chose this card, you're not exactly where you want to be right now. You're not exactly living your perfect dream life. And so this flip here, this next chapter in your life is going to bring you that much closer to it, okay? Next, we have the Hermit. So what I'm getting here is you're going to want a lot of alone time, which is completely normal, that when the very foundation of what you believe to be true about something is taken apart, you need some time alone to process it. And that is a-okay. Don't feel forced to give of yourself and your energy and your attention to others in this next chapter of your life. Take time for yourself. Prioritize yourself. And slowly this light understanding will get brighter and brighter and brighter, and you'll feel more comfortable to come out of your shell, okay? And really step into this new reality. Oh, wow. The Lovers. What I'm getting here is you're getting a lot of support. You're getting a lot of support spiritually and energetically, okay? It's not going to be very apparent in the beginning because, again, you're going to feel very alone as far as like social circumstances go. Like the people around you aren't really going to understand what you're going through, at least not right away. And that's because I feel you need to understand it first and process it for yourself first, And then other people can come in and support your vision, whatever it is you want. Now, if you try to get support and answers from other people right away, then what's going to happen is they're going to try to infuse and persuade you into what they think you should be doing. And that's actually not the way it's meant to go. The way it's meant to go is intuitively, you're supposed to find out what it is you want your reality to be, what you hold true now, not what other people hold true. Okay, so you're getting a lot of love and support. And what I also want to emphasize is you always have a choice. There are always choices where you can decide what you want to do. Okay? And I want to remind you that not taking any action right away and just sitting still with it is a valid choice. I think, a lot of modern day culture and belief is like, take action, always take action. Like you're gonna miss out on something, or you're too slow, or if you're not doing anything, then you're weak, you're wasting your time. Like, no, no, no. We need to dispel that myth and that fallacy right now, because doing nothing is still very appropriate in certain cases, especially when you're coming into a new understanding of yourself. It's okay to just literally sit with it, okay? And just let it process. Next, we have the Son of Wands here. And so what this is speaking to me is that I'm seeing this image moving as this snake is kind of rising up to this wand here. And what that says is you're stepping and rising up into your truth, and you're going to be very confident about it, okay? Other people aren't going to be able to convince you otherwise, because you have your truth, they have their truth, and they're not going to be able to impose or influence what you believe to be true any longer. What I'm getting here is that for some of you, it's your parents. Okay, for some of you, give me a thumbs up if you're feeling what I'm saying here in the comments down below. Give me a thumbs up to let me know in the comments below that you get what I'm saying, that you are stepping outside of the influence of one of your parents or one of your caregivers, okay, in case you don't have that traditional family structure, right? So like a grandparent, an uncle, an aunt, whatever, a mentor, like you are stepping out of their influence and you are defining your own truth, what you need to be doing, what makes you happy. Oh God, yes, what makes you happy. I'm getting here that you need to stop listening to what other people tell you you should do to be happy. You define your happiness right here, right now. Like this is the sun. So you are rising towards your sun, your happiness. Here we have the Four of Cups. And so what I see here is it's really funny, but actually I shouldn't say what I see. It's more like what I feel. What I feel is this very icky uncomfortableness, like this awkwardness that you're feeling. And what I'm getting here is that obviously is going to be how you feel when this new shift comes into your life. You're going to feel a little bit icky. You're going to feel a little bit unsettled. And I just want to say, my loves, that is completely normal. You don't have to feel ashamed or judge yourself too harshly when you feel icky or yucky about something. I feel like I'm talking like it's like little toddler words here, and I don't mean to be condescending, but that's just the best way I could describe it for you in this reading. And I have the sense that those phrases really resonate with you, because you're going to feel like it's so childish that you are not able to cope with this and work through this fast enough. And I just want to let you know, honey, like you don't have to shame yourself that way. I did that all the time before, and in some ways even I do that to myself still. It's that inner critic in us that shames us for not getting it together or having it together right away, okay? And I encourage you to just let that feeling wash over you and wash away, okay? And that might be why you try to seek other people for support and guidance, because that yuckiness is just so uncomfortable. But again, this is your space, this is your time, okay? And looking at this image, like it seems like there are two different people here, but what I'm actually getting is this is like the 3D version of you, this ego identity that you've created for yourself in this lifetime. And this is that higher self version of you, that future version of you that's connected to the cosmos, the divine, that sees the complete tapestry of life and the way things flow and the reason and the why behind all these shifts and changes in our life, and knows and comes actually to this feeling of peace, all right? Peace and self-assurance. Oh, wow, powerful. Okay, let's see what we got here. We have the Four of Pentacles. So this, what I'm getting called to mention again, is you're going to feel pulled in different directions. You know what, this kind of reminds me of that game. I think it's called Cat's Cradle, you know, where you like have the string and you hold it out and then someone goes in and then they pull it out and get a different thing and you have to like pull it out again and create this sort of like spider web of yarn and string. I don't know if any of you have played that. Comment down below that you know Cat's Cradle, or if you know it by a different name, comment down below what it is. And so what I'm getting here is you're going to feel that tug and that pull in all these different directions, but you're going to have to trust your intuition and your gut to see which string you need to kind of lift and pull out and focus on at that time, okay? Because the High Priestess here is all about intuition, okay? So trusting yourself. Like, yes, you might have obligations. Like maybe you have to be at work at a certain time. Maybe you have to, you know, make dinner for your family at a certain time. Maybe you have to show up for, you know, a meeting for your club or organization at a certain time. Like, yeah, you have these responsibilities, but when it comes to taking time for yourself outside of those responsibilities, trust your gut, trust your instinct. And you know, if your gut is saying go take a walk, go take a walk. If your gut is saying sit down and read a book, go sit down and read a book. And it might be a book that has some points or some teachings that help you come to your truth, that help you process and integrate your new truth. All right. Yeah. So what I'm getting here as well, my loves, is you are going to have this gut instinct, this intuition to go someplace, step into some store, go to some restaurant that you know, never had an interest in before, that you never noticed before now. And what I'm being guided to advise you to do is go for it. Trust that instinct, trust that gut. If you've never been on a hike before and you feel suddenly called to go on a hike, like, go do it. Go on a hike. If it's been a long time since you've read a book and you decide and you feel called to go to a bookstore and just peruse the shelves and some book stands out to you, pick it up. See what it's about. Okay? So trust that instinct here. And with these two fours here, the energy is not going to be moving very fast, okay? It's not gonna move at the pace that you want it to. Like, you're gonna have to sit with this for a moment, okay? And for a hot minute. And don't rush this process, okay? The energy here with this Aletheia, High Priestess, Hermit, Four of Cups, Four of Wands, what this is saying is that things are being revealed. Okay? It's like moment by moment, step by step revelation. It's not like a bam, like, you know, like a magic trick. Wow, that took me a moment to say. Like a magic trick. It's not going to be like this puff of like light and smoke and then there's the result. No, that's not how it's going to be at all. It's going to be a lot slower, okay? I'm thinking of like watching a flower like blossom open and unfurl and bloom. I'm thinking of like This is so random too. What I'm getting is like, an oven where when you're baking a cake or you're baking a roast or something, like it's like, you know, 30 minutes to an hour, 2 hours, right? But each moment, each second, this thing is getting cooked more and more and more, okay? So there's this element of patience coming through for you, okay, my loves? Now let's get some words of encouragement here, okay, from the Divine Feather deck. So if you are enjoying your reading and it is resonating with you, make sure to hit that like button for me, my dears, and subscribe to this channel so that you can partake in all the upcoming readings that I have to offer. And if you're enjoying these readings, I encourage you to check out some of my other readings. And I would suggest at this point in time to check out what gift from the universe is coming to you. And I'm going to link it right up there. And you can click that once you're done with this reading, or of course, check the description box down below. Now, this card here says White Owl. So let's look at this feather first. So this card, if you notice, when I was shuffling, it kind of like flipped around mid-shuffle. And so look at this beautiful feather. And, I can't help but link to this. Look at this contrast between the white and the black, this pattern that we got going here. So again, it's like, I'm like a negative, like an old negative from photographs and film, where it's, the image is going to flip on you. What you thought something was, you're going to see it in a new light. So let's see what the white owl has to say to you. It makes me think of that white owl from Harry Potter, which I think is just so cute. The wisdom and messages of the divine are within you. So this is kind of calling back to this energy of the high priestess and the hermit. I'm actually going to put it like right between there, okay? Because this is all about self. Trusting your intuition, trusting your own processing, trusting your inner wisdom. Again, this is not necessarily the space or the time to get the opinions and thoughts of others. The time that's happening here in this next chapter of your life is all about you. Okay, my loves? So again, if you like this reading, if it resonated with you, make sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you on that video. What gift from the universe is coming to you soon? Sending you so much light and love, my dears. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Mahalos. Hello, my loves. For those of you who felt called and drawn to this card here, the Eternal Child, welcome to your reading. And what I'm getting to share with you is this next chapter in your life is all about connecting with your past, and particularly your youth, your childhood, okay? There's something from your childhood that's going to be coming back up here into your life, like a memory, okay? And it's going to bring with it a lot of emotions. And for some of you, these emotions are going to bring this sort of like fondness, this joy, this light back into your life, but you're going to see it from a different perspective, okay? From, what made you happy as a child, you're going to see this new layer of happiness come into your life as an adult, right? This new perspective that just magnifies that original joy you felt as a child. So it's almost like this very nostalgic energy, all right? Now, for others of you, what I'm getting is that there's something from your childhood that's gonna come up, and it's gonna feel maybe a little bit painful, okay? Kind of like how we have this sepia black and white kind of image here. It's gonna feel a little bit painful to remember this past trauma, this past hurt, but the reason why it's coming back up is because it's coming back up to be cleansed and to be infused with light for healing, okay? So that you can see the situation from this higher, more mature perspective, okay? So that you can release that lower vibrational energy associated with this memory, this past hurt, okay? It's almost like what I'm getting here as an example is like, as a kid, you want all sorts of toys. Like you don't really understand the concept of money, right? And when you wanted a toy as a kid, your parents had to tell you no, or your caregiver, whoever, had to tell you no, like we can't get that toy. And at the time you're just like, they're so mean, like why are they being so awful to me, they're being bad people because they're not giving me what I want, and you didn't really understand the concept of money, that perhaps there wasn't enough money to, buy that toy, buy that thing. And now as an adult you get it. You get that your parent or your caregiver wasn't trying to be mean to you, or wasn't trying to, make you miserable or unhappy or take away a happiness from you. It was just they weren't able to provide that at that time, okay? So if you get that, leave a comment down below and just say like, oh, tell me your story, share your story about a memory from childhood that you now are beginning to understand in a different light, okay? So let's get to know each other in that way. Now, let's anchor that in right there. And then I'm going to pull a card here from the Lemurian Star Child Oracle deck. It's a very bright and colorful deck of lots of cosmic, intergalactic energies here. And I know it has a message for you all as well. Okay, this one is just like peeking out. So let's go with it. Divine blueprint, source, self-embodiment, inspiration. You are ready. Wow, look at this like cosmic being here. When you can see this like faint image of angels. And we have this lower circle here, which to me represents the 3D realm, which represents Earth. And we have this upper circle here, which represents the energetic dimension, the heavens, the higher vibrational frequencies. You even see these frequency lines here that are kind of like crossing into each other. And so what I'm getting here is, for many of you, this is a memory that you have really avoided because it was a bit painful, all right? Or maybe you look back on it at fondness and joy and you're just kind of like, oh, what happened to me, right? Like, when did I grow up to be so cynical and so unhappy and so sad? Like, that wasn't who I was, right? So like it's this reminder that you are ready to let this go, okay? And this new chapter, what's coming next into your life, is this release of what was holding you back in the past. And for some of you, I'm getting called to suggest you look up Ho'oponopono prayer, the Ho'oponopono prayer, okay? Because that is going to be one of the key elements for you to find resolution and peace with this past memory, okay, my dears? And if you have any questions on how to spell it, just comment down below, and of course I'll pin that comment so other people can see it as well. And if you're familiar with Ho'oponopono, maybe you can share your experience with it, okay? So let's get some tarot cards out here and find some more information here about what's happening next in your life, and call forth these messages to kind of guide you along your way. Okay, wow. Forward. I feel like a shuffle and then we'll pull it out. Okay, so we're going to reveal it one by one and then we'll see if there's anything that comes out as like a collective overview. This is weird. I've been called to start here. Okay, so the moon. All right. So what this card is telling me is that, again, there is going to be something about this past memory that has eluded you. Some understanding that you didn't quite grasp up until now. And it's going to be so influential in your path moving forward, okay? Because you were only catching glimpses of it by the light of the moon. So if you look here at these trees, like they're white. The branches are white, the leaves and foliage are white as well, but we know that that's actually not how the tree looks under the light of day, okay? So you're going to get this new dawning of information and understanding about this past memory. That's gonna be very healing. And next we have the 9 of Cups, okay? This what this is telling me is like everything is going to come here in balance, all right? There's like gonna be this dip and then this rise of energy. And I get this sense it's going to go even higher up. And it's this balancing, this harmony of energy, harmony of emotions that are coming through here. And it's going to be such a rich and nourishing experience to heal this, okay? Because what I'm getting is in each of these cups is this very divine, delicious elixir. Like, think of your favorite beverage, okay? And think of how often you've ordered that or had it, right? Over and over again, because it just tastes so good. And that's the energy that I'm getting that's going to kind of occur as a result of all of this. Oh, beautiful. The star card. So this is all about hope. This is all about remembering your dreams and getting aligned with your dreams, your authentic self, your true purpose for being here. And it stems from healing something from the past, okay? Some hurt that you've held on to for a while now. Here we have the Seven of Pentacles. So again, we get a lot of this imagery here that we're getting is going up, the trees moving up, the star up in the sky, these frequencies going higher and higher and higher. So again, moving up. So if you do this inner work, this emotional, spiritual healing work, you will see these results play out in your life as well. Like you will see that the relationships you have in your life are more loving, more compassionate, more caring, more lighthearted and fun. You will see that, you'll be able to attract more wealth and abundance because you don't have this weight of this pain from the past bringing you down anymore. You're going to be able to soar, okay? But you have to take it step by step. That's what this card says. That it's not going to happen overnight, that you're going to have to learn from the past, learn from previous experiences, and bit by bit heal them to make space for this abundant energy to come in. Here we have the Five of Cups. And so there's this sadness here, okay? Sometimes we get so familiar and used to our pain and our, that saying, misery loves company, right? That company that we have, this familiarity of this energy can be a bit of a trap. And even though we know that it's not good for us, that doesn't necessarily mean it's easy to say goodbye to it, okay? That's not the case always, right? Sometimes when something so familiar with us leaves our life, there's a bit of sadness to it, a bit of, gloominess, a feeling of loss. And again, I just want to say that's completely normal, okay? Because sometimes it feels easier to just be on autopilot with something we're so familiar with rather than go through the process of trial and error and figuring things out. Like sometimes that feels even harder, right? Give me some hearts down below if you know exactly what I mean when I say that, okay? Now, here with this card, Ace of Swords. Okay, this is beautiful. So look here, we have rainbow, rainbow, rainbow. Look at this like foci of color over here. And of course we got like a beautiful cosmic holographic color here as well. But what this is telling to me is you are going to have this freedom of thought now, okay? And based on what we've had in the past, so say, we'll go back to that toy example, for example, that toy that you really wanted as a kid, but your caregiver or parent really didn't get it for you, okay? Because whatever reason. Maybe they didn't have money or they were in a rush to get out of the store because they had to be somewhere else. And so you are going to get this like flash of insight that it isn't about like, oh, they didn't love me. It's about, oh, they were being responsible and using the money they had wisely so that they could make sure to provide the more important things in my life, like food, clothing, electricity, clean water, right? Those kinds of things that a toy, even though we really want it, doesn't really provide those things, okay? So you'll get this understanding that it's not, they didn't buy you the toy because they didn't love you enough. They didn't buy you the toy because they had other responsibilities to ensure that you were taken care of, okay? So that's just one example. I get the sense there's gonna be different memories for each and every one of you that you're going to come to realize and flip around to be more one of compassion, understanding, and ultimately empowerment. Okay? You're going to see that people didn't intentionally mean to hurt you in the past. At the time, they really thought they were doing what was best for you and that they were acting out of love. And sometimes it just doesn't always seem that way from our standpoint, from our vantage point, all right? I think you know what I mean because I feel like you've done certain things that felt very cruel, right? Like the sword is very sharp, very cruel at times. It can be used that way. You did some things towards others that you thought and felt were a bit cruel, and maybe they did too, but you did it out of love, out of the best of intentions, okay? So let's see what the Divine Feather deck has to share with you next, okay, my loves? Okay, so we have this black and white feather here that says, Woodpecker, use your discernment and fortitude to achieve your goals and find a new rhythm. All right. And so what I'm getting with this woodpecker here is that you're just going to be chipping away, chipping away at the different layers and the different energies and vibrations of this memory from your past. Okay. And you're going to constantly get different perspectives and viewpoints of what you originally only had one viewpoint and thought on. Okay. And what I'm here to, what I'm getting called to say is like, use your discernment and your fortitude. Okay, so discernment here is that, you know, if someone really did hurt you in the past, this isn't about making excuses for them. All right, it isn't about saying that what they did was right. I want to make that very clear, that it doesn't necessarily mean that when you were hurt in the past, that it was their right to hurt you if it was intentional, okay? Or if they did something really, really awful to you, okay? Like stole from you, touched you inappropriately, or whatever it was. It's not about saying that what they did was right. What it's about in those instances is about forgiveness, okay? And a lot of people, they sometimes confuse forgiveness with saying that it's okay what they did. No. Forgiveness is just about freeing yourself from the chains and the limitations and restrictions of what they did to you, okay? Like if someone told you that you were ugly before and you started to believe that and you started to treat yourself as an ugly person, meaning like you don't deserve to find love, you don't deserve to get that promotion or raise because you look ugly, like no. That's not true at all, okay? That is that discernment, all right? Is not letting that energy hold you down. So it's not saying that them calling you ugly was right or appropriate. It's just saying like, no, I'm not going to take your belief system as my own. I'm not going to take your hurtful energies onto me saying like, oh, I deserve to be a victim. I did something bad, which is why you stole from me, you physically abused me, whatever. No. That's not what that is about. That this discernment energy is saying like what they believed of you, you don't have to take that belief on yourself. Oh my gosh, I just want to send you such a big and energetic hug because I get that for some of you, or a good chunk of you, this is something very painful that's coming up, okay? Coming into this memory that's coming into your life, but it's going to be so good when it's released. I mean, look at these beautiful energies here anchoring this down for you, okay? So if this reading resonated with you, make sure to give this a like, and that will be the first step in releasing this energy and uncovering this newer, happier, higher vibrational energy of you. And to continue to be in those high vibes and receive that support, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can tune in to the videos as I release them to get that dosing of light. And what I'm getting right now, guys, is that you need a little bit of a pick-me-up and a gift. So go ahead and check out this reading that I posted before. What gift from the universe is coming to you soon, okay? Because I feel like you could use a little bit of that uplifting energy as well to kind of give you that fortitude there to move forward. Sending you the biggest energetic love hug ever. I will see you on that video, the next one, if not this video here. Okay? Mwah. Take care, my dears. Again, you got this. You're super strong. Hello, my loves who felt called to, who felt drawn to this judge card right here. And what I'm seeing, what I'm sensing for those of you who felt called to this card is that judgment, a decision, conviction, if you will, to use like legal speak, is going to be made here, okay? That something that has been kind of drawn out maybe for some of you, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, let's just get this over with. What's gonna happen? What's the ending here? What's the end point? It's coming. Now, what I'm called to also share with you, my dears, is that whether or not this judgment, this ruling, this verdict, whatever you want to call it, whether or not it goes in your favor depends really on what cosmic divine justice demands, okay? What's going to happen here is there's going to be a restoration of balance, and people are going to get exactly what they deserve based on their actions, based on the energy and the intention that they brought into this situation, okay? And so whoever was in the wrong here, whoever was taking advantage or being deceptive and manipulative and greedy, that's not the way it's gonna go, okay? That it's really going to go in, the verdict is going to be in the service of light and the greater good. So let's get some information here from the Lemurian Star Child Oracle deck that has a lot of cosmic energy, which we were just talking about, that cosmic divine justice system that honestly surpasses human law, okay? So that's the energy that's coming through in this next chapter of your life, that this decision is going to be made that's going to be in alignment with divine, cosmic, spiritual law. Okay, wow, I guess here's our answer here. 3, wow. I guess we're just gonna have to honor it. So what do we have here? Lemurian guide, sister, friend, teacher of infinite, universal love. So again, this is telling me that whatever is gonna be decided is all in service of universal love. And there are a lot of lessons here that's going to be learned both by you and the other party. And this lesson is going to be in service of your highest and greatest good. And what I'm getting here is to remind you guys, like, remember, you know how some people don't like to take medicine? Maybe you're one of them. Let me know in the comments below if you think medicine tastes yucky and you gag and you despise taking medicine. But you know, ultimately it's good for you. So things that are ultimately good for you and serve your highest and greatest good, they don't always taste good. They don't always feel good, okay? And that's important to know. Ships of light. Beam up your vibration, open to the star family. And so what I'm getting here, again, this is like, so there's like this UFO energy, right? And so what I'm getting here, again, is it's cosmic law, cosmic divine intervention here, all right? That humans, man, are not going to be able to manipulate the system here, all right? You know, sometimes people worry about people abusing the justice system. That's not happening here, okay? These higher vibrational frequencies are intervening in the service of the divine, of God, of love, of oneness. Okay? And the next card out we have is Heart of Ascension, expansion, love for all, playfulness, release the past. And we have this beautiful, like, swirling heart energy here. And again, whatever this verdict is, know and trust that it is going to be for the highest and greatest good of everybody, everyone. The results of this conflict, whether it's, in the court system or not, it's like just between you and a small group of people within this circle, whatever, that what is happening here is the past is being released first and foremost, right? Like, this situation is coming to a close already. The verdict is being dealt and delivered, and everyone just has to make peace with that and own their part in bringing about that result. Okay? And ultimately, this is in service of expanding the love energy, not just within your microcosm here, but within the greater whole. And what I'm getting here is very similar to, like, a lot of those, if you're from the United States of America, there's like these Supreme Court rulings that really set a precedent for how future cases that have a similar nature to it are going to be judged. Okay? And so whatever this verdict is for this conflict that you're having in your life is going to set a precedent for how people are going to view these situations in the future, both those directly involved with it and everyone else that maybe are not involved with it. Okay? It's really going to set a standard moving forward. Ooh, this is some deep stuff, y'all. Okay, let's get some more information. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, what was that about? I almost like lost all of them. Okay, we're gonna get to do it this way. I have to say, what I like about these cards of this particular deck is I don't have to, they're so bendy that I don't have to worry about like creating permanent creases or disfigurement of them. So I don't mind shuffling them, which is like new and different for me. Okay, I'm gonna make some adjustments here, fam. It's getting a little bit crowded up in this space. Okay. So, first out, we have the Lovers here, okay? So this speaks to me about choice. Everyone had their choice and their part to play in this situation, and now it's time to reap what you sow. And that's all factored in, all the choices everybody made, that we're just putting our choices into this pot here and we're mixing it up, and that's what is bringing out the solution, the resolution here. And you might not know the reasons and every single decision and choice that the other party made, and the same goes for them, but all of them are going to be taken into account. All of them are going to be brought into the light to be tallied up, okay? Four of Swords. So here what I'm getting is actually is just like to accept it. Accept the inevitable, all right? Whatever it's gonna be. Again, it may be in your favor, it may not be, but just accept what is coming, okay? Because again, this was divine intervention is what I'm getting here. The Chariot. Wow, so this to me is saying that this decision is a very confident and strong decision, and it's very final. Like, there's no room to argue against it. Everybody will know and feel that this is the correct decision, the appropriate decision to have come about, to be finalized, okay? Next, we have the Tower. So definitely somebody is going to get shaken up by this decision, all right? And it's going to really rock their world. And I just want to say, I hope that it's also going to bring relief relief, and that breath out, that sigh of relief that whoever it is has been holding, all right? And the Tower is about, again, divine energy, God energy, source energy, universe intervening on behalf of the greater good, okay? So this is not about individual interests here and individual wants and needs. It's about what's good for the collective. Wow. Wow. This is like some like expansive, full, powerful energy in this reading. So here we have the Nine of Wands, and what we have is this staircase moving upward, this like piling of these logs here. And so what I'm sensing from this is that a lot of people were hurt. A lot of people in this situation, whatever this is, okay, this conflict, this argument, this disagreement, a lot of people were hurt. And there is this cleansing force here depicted by the moon that's coming in to start the healing process for everybody. And you know what I'm actually getting? It's not a lot of people got hurt. Everybody in this situation got hurt. Like no one came out of this conflict unscathed, unharmed. Everybody got hurt to some degree. And now it's time for healing. We cannot live in this cycle anymore of pain and hurting each other. It's time for healing, all right? Give me a heart down below if you are calling in healing to your life and to everyone in your life. And you can see there's this darkness here. So this light is slowly going to be expanding outward and healing all the damage. High Priestess here. So this is about intuition and connection with the divine. So again, even though some people may not like what the outcome is of this situation, intuitively they know this is what is right. Okay, so we see this purity here. So this yellow is turning into white, pureness, bliss. Okay, this yellow can sometimes represent the solar plexus, which is about like self-security, self-need, self-joy. Like it's very much in that energy, like focused on self. And this is this clearing. So again, cosmic energy. We even have, look, we even have this dark black one here, okay, which to me signifies closure, ending. And so, wow, this is pretty like crazy. And I just want to point out for those of you who chose this card, this is something major. Again, kind of like to the degree of what I was saying with the Supreme Court rulings. Look, you have 4 major arcana cards. So this is big, big stuff that's coming into your life here. Soul changing stuff. Damn. Sorry, pardon my French. Whew. Okay. This just clearly popped out. White eagle. The connection to divine guidance is within you. And what I'm getting with this white eagle is this is purity. This is a purification of the energies here, all right? This relief that's coming out. This peace, 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 peace. Comment that peace sign down below, that peace sign emoji if you are calling that energy in, if you are tired of the conflict, tired of the struggle, tired of the arguing, comment that peace sign down below to bring that energy in and allow it into your situation. Here's what the feather looks like. Look at how beautiful and pure that looks here. And we even have this, there's a lot of white energy. So again, this is all about realigning back to peace and bliss. We have this white tiger, this white lamb, these geese that have this white belly here, this white horse, white feather, white eagle. Cleansing, purification is what's coming in for you, my dears. So if you enjoyed this reading and resonated with it, make sure to give this a like. And if you felt this relief and this peace coming through, make sure to subscribe to this channel, because what it's meant to do is bring that light into your life whenever there are shadows. And also, I strongly encourage you to check out this video here, what gift from the universe is coming for you, because life is full of ups and downs, and definitely I feel like after this thing comes through, there is going to always be a gift for you on the other side. So find out what that gift is in the reading, and I'll put the link down in the description box below as well. So my dears, my loves, to peace, happiness, and divine justice. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care, my dears. Mwah.